Zhuangzi's Fables and Their Wisdom, Module 6, on Other Issues. Lesson 4, Tolerance of Coexistence. Fable 1, The Turtle in the Mud.
Master, why don't you try to get an official position?
I was invited to be an official in the state of Chu. One day, when I was fishing on the bank of the Pu River, I met two emissaries from the state of Chu. Now, let me tell you about my experience with the fable of the turtle in the mud. Probably you will understand why I prefer to live a free life than with an official rank.
The king of Chu has sent us to meet you and give you his message.
Zhuangzi, I've heard that you are a great talent. I would like to trouble you to administer all my territories. Thus I send these two emissaries to meet and invite you.
Are you willing to take the offer? Why do you just keep on holding your fishing rod without looking round?
I have heard that in the state of Chu, there is a magical tortoise which died 3,000 years ago. The king keeps it in his ancestral temple. It is covered with a cloth and a basket to practice divination. So now, I want to ask you the question. Would that tortoise prefer to die and leave its shell held in high honor, or would it prefer to live and crawl around in the mud?
As a tortoise, of course, I love my mud.
I bet the tortoise will prefer to live in the mud and continue to crawl.
Of course it will.
I agree. Then you can go your ways. I will continue to crawl about in the mud.
This fable is another vivid illustration of Zhuangzi's ideal life. There are some facts that might have influenced Zhuangzi's preference of living a free life. Xiangyang was a statesman and reformer of the state of Qin during the Warring States period of ancient China. His policies laid the administrative and political foundations that would enable Qin to conquer all of China and unite the country for the first time as the Qin dynasty. However, Xiangyang was punished to death in a very miserable and bloody way. His entire family was executed as well. Xiangyang and Zhuangzi lived almost during the same historical period. So Zhuangzi had his own preference to live a free life like a tortoise crawling in the mud. We don't have to force everyone to adopt to the same way of living. If you are leading a team, you don't need every team member to have the same skill. If you are starting a business, you don't have to cater for just one type of customer. We can surely have more diversified options. This is the end of this fable. Fable 2, Swallow's Nest in the Eve.
Master, there's something that confuses me. I'm always afraid that I'm not accepted by other people, especially those who are from other states. They're so different from me. They must think I'm ridiculous in many ways.
Not really. Let me tell you the fable of Swallow's Nest in the Eve. There is no bird wiser than the swallow. All birds want to protect themselves and live far away from humans. Why would swallows prefer living in town rather than in the forest?
I'm a swallow. People say that swallows are the wisest birds. I think that's right. When I'm flying, I keep a keen eye on the surrounding environment. If I feel insecurity, I will leave immediately and don't even give it a second glance.
I agree. As a swallow, I am very cautious. When I drop the food from my mouth in flight, I won't even stop to pick it up. Of course, it is pitiful to lose a meal, but safety is the top priority.
Look, the swallows have built another nest in the eave of our house. They just feel like my friends already. It seems that they're growing up together with me.
Hi, little kid. Frankly speaking, all birds are quite cautious about humans. Most birds would build their nests in the mountain or high up in the trees to be safe.
But we swallows prefer to live carefree among the humans that we indeed fear. Gradually, humans also take us as friends. Seeing us is nothing special. They even consider us to be a symbol of good luck. I think this is the true wisdom of the swallows.
This fable has indeed revealed how to promote mutual understanding in a cross-cultural environment, just like the communications between the swallows and the humans. For leaders of today's and tomorrow's businesses, the ability to connect different people and build successful teams in the diversified arenas is a crucial competency. Many companies operate in globalized markets, and the leadership has to deal with cross-cultural differences, similar to the differences between the swallows and the humans. The successful leaders usually need a specific set of behaviors that is fueling mutual trust. First, actively build cross-cultural relationships themselves by engaging with people from other cultures and build relationships. Don't make them feel separated, but help them get engaged in the community. Second, step outside your comfort zone. Don't just stay in the forest, but come out to live in the towns. In this way, people can learn from the other cultures and gradually change their thinking and behavior. This helps to show openness and friendliness. Finally, embrace diversity and explore its potential. Try to see cross-cultural differences as potential for the enrichment and improvement, not as an issue. This is what we can learn from these wise swallows. This is the end of this fable. Fable 3. Yao's Question.
Master, I'm eager to know the fable for today.
Here's a fable called Yao's Question. This is a fable about Emperor Yao discussing warfare with his minister Shun. Shun became the successive emperor after Yao. Both of them are regarded as the great sage kings based on their virtues and skills as leaders. It is also said that Yao married his two daughters to Shun. Shun, what do you think of the three states, Zhang, Kuai, and Shuao? I am always thinking of attacking them. Even when standing in my court, I still can't get it out of my mind. Why is this?
Compared to you, those three rulers are just primitives, living in the brushwoods. Why can't you just forget them? In ancient times, 10 sons came out together. They never tried to launch a fight with each other.
We just take turns to shine down on all the people. We can get along with each other very well, but it's too hot for the people living on the land.
Why can't you tolerate the 3 states? You are renowned as an emperor of virtue, righteousness, and unselfish devotion. You have by far exceeded all the sons.
This story is especially enlightening in the current society when we are trying to encourage multilateralism. Indeed, multilateralism is a diplomatic term that refers to cooperation among several nations, just as Shun encourages Yao to tolerate those small countries. Multilateralism is an example of cooperation among world governments and used in contrast with unilateralism. Unilateralism is when a state acts without regard to the support or interests of other states. The world is a complex, rapidly changing, and interrelated place. It needs broader cooperation to deal with the global issues as climate change and conflict. Of course, such international cooperation should be based on common rules, with effective global institutions such as the United Nations. Look at the smartphone that you have. It's very likely to be a product of international cooperation. Its screen may be produced in Japan. Its battery may be produced by China. Its operation system is provided by the US. And finally, it can be sold globally. So, we are living in a closely connected world. There's still one more take-home from this message. Live and let live. After all, in this shared world, we need to join together and take steps to make the world a better place. This is the end of this fable. Thank you for watching.